They don't really wanna hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really wanna hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them act. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't tripping, that don't make it fact. Look, coming live from the gutter like a cold puddle. When niggas water whipping, road shuttle, motherfucking whole huddle. Dutch burning, moving slow, I'm feeling like the minute hand. All wishes granted to me, turning in a tenant van. Been the man, never question nothing that was in the plan. See it from my third eye vision, so I understand. Poolside plotting moves like a dance team. 100 band scheme, in the dirty with my hands clean. Never been the type of nigga they could castrate. 5th grade, I was selling candy to my classmates. I ain't call her back, I let her think about the last date. Student of the game, and I promise you not a classmate. Problem is with these rap niggas, they move iffy. In my mood picky, can't let these niggas get rude with me. God spittin' known to keep my dick lips in it. Here to fuck the game, niggas acting like I slipped in it. Small town fly shit, bitch you never heard of these. On my apex shit, tip top vertices. Here they mouths moving, but they never moving vertically. Here to purge the niggas who been practicing the perjury. Black Lord Noble Drew shit, big steppin'. Love them all, give a fuck about the click reppin'. Small losses always taught a nigga big lessons. Quit stressing, liberating knowledge, make the shit lesson. They don't really wanna hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really wanna hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them act. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't tripping, that don't make it fact. They don't really wanna hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really wanna hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them act. And you can say anything you want about me, I ain't tripping, that don't make it fact. That don't make it fact, nigga.
All right, family. Welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, DMG the Poet, aka Brother Pianki. Real quick show. This ain't gonna take long at all. The brother Stephen Swinton was supposed to join me, but the brother had something come up at the last minute. So with that being the case, I'm gonna just get this out the way, and hopefully the brother will see it. And that is the reason I asked the brother to come on. Number one was so I could publicly apologize to the brother for what went down the last time he was on here. Things got crazy, got out of hand. I said some things that I wish I didn't. Nothing I could do about having said it, but at least since I said it in public, I can apologize like a man in public, and me and the brother can move forward. We had moved forward in private. However, I thought it was important that we also he also give me an opportunity to apologize in public. And so, he didn't feel like I owed him an apology, but I did. And so, that's what we're doing. And so, unfortunately, the brother couldn't join me. Like I said, he had something come up at the last minute, but I still wanted to put this forward and let the people know. I do apologize for how I behaved during that exchange and, saying the things that I said. If it, I know it offended the brother. It could embarrass the brother, whatever the case may be, but it was also disrespectful to myself and to a degree to my queen. So that being said, I apologize again, and we moving forward. So we are looking at having a debate finally between the two of us. For those who've been with me for a minute, y'all know we've been working on that for a while. And so I threw this out. Why God is a white supremacist. Now, I don't know if the brother want to take that. He may have another idea, but I do have a show coming out this Thursday uh, entitled "Why God is a White Supremacist," and so we'll see what come about with regards to that. I'm actually gonna reach out to my brother Garfield and see if he want to air it on the Dagger Squad channel, on the Brother Garfield podcast channel as well. And no, let the chips fall where they may. You know, it is a preamble to urban apologetics, because I'm told that the God of the Bible is in control of everything. And when you look at the history of people of African descent and people who are indigenous to Africa, if God in control of everything, it's only one conclusion that I think we can come to. If he's in control. Now, if he's not, then it's a different conversation. But if he is, then we got to talk. So, you know, which is it? If he in control, then, you know, my apologists, brothers and sisters, got some explaining to do, because that means all of this, you know, all of the things that we go through as a collective is part of his grand scheme, so to speak. If the God of the Bible is real, then the suffering of people of African descent is part of his plan, which to me makes him a white supremacist. I don't know how else to express it. If he's in control of everything, then the collective suffering of African people and people of African descent is part of his plan. And that would mean he's a white supremacist. What else could it be? Other people have suffered, right? Have they suffered and continue to suffer as a collective like people of African descent? I don't think so. Be it here in the wilderness of the United States, on the continent, or wherever, or is any other people suffering like people of African descent? And chime in if you have examples. And I'm talking about continually, because we know this has been happening to people of African descent for a very long time. Again, both on the continent and beyond, both here in the United States and beyond. And if God is in control of everything, then this is what he wants. He wants the collective suffering of people of African descent. So I need somebody to prove to me otherwise, because again, other people have suffered, but not for this duration of time. They've got they liberation. They've got they reprieve, so to speak. And so what God waiting on to do it for African people in all of our collective spectrums, whether it's indigenous continental Africans, whether it's the children of the diaspora like us here in the United States, or the Caribbean, or Jamaica, or South America, Brazil. You know, when is this gonna come about? I'm just curious because he's in control of everything, and there's scriptures to back up that claim that everything works according to his will. And so if everything works according to his will, then the collective suffering of African people, be it on the continent or on in the diaspora, is part of his plan. That makes him a white supremacist. Peace and y'all, man. And I just want to know, you know, like I said, this presentation that I'm gonna do on Thursday is a preamble to urban apologetics, because they telling me otherwise. They coming to us with liberation theology. They saying that God wants our liberation, but if he in control of everything, then we should just have it, right? But instead, people of African descent continue to suffer at the hands of our oppressors in one way or another, collectively. So if this omni-deity, this omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent deity is in control of everything, everything works according to its divine will. Its divine will is for people of African descent to suffer. That makes that deity a white supremacist. I mean, we see the images of this deity, how it's portrayed. It's not portrayed as or portrayed, I should say, as an African, except by Africans. Look like my system is a little shaky. If I bounce, y'all bear with me. But yeah, my system is a little shaky. So hopefully I can ride it out. But I might end up just ending it, because like I said, this was supposed to be brief anyway. The brother ended up having to take care of something that came up at the last minute. I wanted to apologize to him while he was on here, but you know, got that out of the way. So I'm just giving y'all an idea of a couple of presentations I have coming up. And one is why God is a white supremacist, a preamble to urban apologetics. And the other one is called Pause, the homoerotic culture of the Israelites exposed. Because see, we get a lot of Israelites that talk about whether African cultures that are supposedly homosexual in nature, be it Kemet or otherwise. Because they don't just do this with Kemet, they do it with other African cultures, right? It's just particularly with Kemet because of the Kemetic community and the conscious community and their affinity for the Kemetic community. But when you look at the Bible and when you look at Israelite history, they have a lot of questionable behavior in that culture. Like when you look at the original way Deuteronomy was written, it's questionable. You know, when you look at some of the things that was happening in their temple, it's questionable. You know, you look at some of the relationships between some of these characters, it's questionable. So we're gonna get down to it. So y'all be on the lookout for that this weekend. So we got We got Why God is a White Supremacist coming up on Thursday. And then on Saturday, I'm going to drop Pause, the homoerotic culture of the Israelites exposed. Because I want to know why David would compare the love of Jonathan to the love of a woman. Right? Because like I got partners who I'm close to. That's my man's, right? Ace Boone Coon, closest road dog, etc. But I wouldn't say they love surpass the love of a woman unless it's a relationship on par with the type of relationship I would have with a woman. That's the only way I would make that comparison. Right? Then when you look at how they interact in person, like taking off their clothes in front of each other, kissing. I'm just saying, pause. Right? This obsession with penis meat from this deity, like he needs penis meat. Like he was gonna kill the homie Moses for his penis meat. Like I heard my dude Vocab Malone say it's a lot of suspect stuff in the Per M Haru, right? The book of Coming Forth by Day. It ain't suspect that your deity was gonna kill his main man Moses, who he talked to as a man does a friend. He was gonna kill that dude if he didn't give him his penis meat. That ain't suspect. Like his wife was like, I forget if it was him or his son or both, but either way it go, God had to have that penis meat, or somebody was gonna die. Real rap. It's in the book. You got Sodom and Gomorrah, where the only righteous man in this place, he's righteous, right? And you got these sick, degenerate men knocking on his door so they can try to gang rape these other two men, but they happen to be angels. And this righteous man's answer is to give them his virgin daughters. He's the righteous person in the story. The man who would give these dudes his daughters. What is righteous about a man giving up his virgin daughters to be gang raped? Like, you know what's going to happen to your daughters. And you would give them up instead of two men who you don't even know. And he's the righteous one in the story. And then this same righteous man later on gets so drunk that those same virgin daughters, he had sex with them. Now, I don't know who's been drunk enough where your daughters could seduce you, but like, if you that drunk where your daughters can seduce you, like, how you even getting it to the point where you could? But he the righteous cat in the story. The dude that was gonna give up his virgin daughters is the righteous cat, and then he end up having sex with those same daughters. Like, they didn't even mourn. They didn't even mourn their mama who had got turned into salt. He didn't even mourn his wife who had got turned into salt. They just went in the cave and decided we're gonna pop it off with pops. And Pops popped it off. And I'm just tripping off the fact that he's the righteous character in this joint. It's weird. But my man's vocab said it's suspect stuff. it's suspect stuff in the book of Coming Forth by Day. God getting ready to kill a man for some penis meat ain't suspect. Like my man was going, it was over for him if he didn't get that penis meat. That ain't suspect. That was cool. I think everybody can agree that it may be some stuff that everybody look at in spiritual text and be like, that's kind of weird. But for you to go through somebody else's spiritual text and be like, that's suspect. When your God was mad that his man's wouldn't give him some penis meat. Come on, man. And then the only righteous man in the city is the man who was going to give the gang rapers his two daughters. He was considered righteous. The two daughters who he ended up smashing himself. Yeah, ain't nothing suspect. Ain't nothing suspect about you giving your daughters up to a mob and then later on having sex with your daughters. You ain't even mourned your wife yet. Your wife then got turned into a whole pillar of salt. You ain't went back to visit the salt. You ain't try to scoop up the salt and put it in some kind of container like people do. Like you just left the pillar of salt there and then smashed your daughters. Ain't nothing suspect about that. God killing cats because they pulled out. Like cats get killed for pulling out, but not for raping. Like when the homie Abnon raped Tamar, God ain't strike him down. Her brother had to do it. My favorite story in the Bible, by the way. Absalom waited 2 years and took care of business. Because God ain't do nothing, and his daddy David ain't do nothing either. So he had to, hem him up. You defiled my sister. My favorite story in the whole book. This joker thought he got away with it. But I say all that because, again, the name of the presentation is Pause, the homoerotic culture of the Israelites exposed. Because they got some issues. They got some issues. They got some suspect stuff in their book and in their history. We don't even talk about the homies sucking on the babies. Yeah, we'll deal with that, in the joint. Like my man Paul say it's not good to touch a woman, but then greet your brother with a holy kiss. That ain't suspect. It's not good to touch a woman, but greet your brother with a holy kiss. Oh, man. So anyway, like I said, brother Stephen Swinton, Darth Swinton, had something come up wanted to apologize to the brother face to face for what went down the last time he and I had an engagement on this channel. Got out of hand, said some stuff that I wish I didn't, but I did want to apologize like a man and, tell the brother I was sorry and I was glad we could move forward. Me and him could talk about a possible debate or discussion coming up in December or January. We've been trying to do this for a while, and the schedules and life and all of that kind of keep getting in the way. So, excuse me, just didn't work out. But that being said, that was the plan for me to apologize, and then for us to figure out, what it was we could actually have a dialogue about. I just wanted to be transparent, with the channel, sort of coming back, and, me getting back in the groove after being away for a while. So, but like I said, at the last minute, my brother had something he had to take care of. So I just did it here, in front of y'all. And I say it again, I apologize to the brother for the way I conducted myself and the things I said. It was embarrassing to me. It was disrespectful to him. It was disrespectful to my queen. Shouldn't have been said, but in the heat of the moment, we sometimes go too far, and you got to walk it back like I'm doing now. I ain't too big to apologize. So, but like I said, be on the lookout Thursday for the presentation. Why God is a white supremacist, a preamble to urban apologetics. If God is in control of everything, if everything works according to his will, then the collective suffering of people of African descent is his desire. And to me, that makes him a white supremacist. Saturday, pause. Homoerotic culture of the Israelites exposed. We're going to talk about the suspect stuff in their culture, in their book, because people keep talking about this suspect African culture. And suspect. All right, so let's see what happens when we put the microscope on what they do. These are things within their narrative and things within their history that they've done. Things that they've, gotten down with within their history. So, we'll see what's suspect with them. And we'll see what the chips fall. I'm down to have conversations about both presentations, and we'll open up the panel to maybe 2 or 3 people. I'm not doing these large panels no more because it always get out of control. Nobody wants to be quiet, all of that stuff, and it just gets stupid. So, but we'll open it up for 2, maybe 3 people. Depending on how stupid I decide to get, I may open it up for more. You know how I go. But with that being said, I think that's it. Just wanted to get that off my chest and apologize to the brother and let y'all know what I had coming up. Again, me and the brother Jacobus from Trust and Believe the Gospel, aka Nobody, gonna be doing a weekly show where we break down and provide commentary on things that are taking place in the community. And we'll be debating some things that we disagree on, towards the end of every show. So y'all look forward to that. Should be fun for me and him to be, engaging again. So we'll be back on the show a lot more than he had been. His schedule hadn't been allowing him to participate like he used to, but now that's changed where he's gonna be coming on a lot more both with me and without me. So y'all look forward to that. So with that being said, appreciate your time. Like I said, I wouldn't be before you too long. And Paradigm Shift TV 314, we back. And we're gonna be trying to bring you some good content. You know, the Slim Reaper out there lurking somewhere, itching to put somebody on blast. Probably me after these presentations. So, you know, even if it's me, I'm gonna give him my opportunity to stand in the tower with his scope. So we'll see who we got coming up. But either way, y'all stay tuned. We'll be black at it. Till next time, just peace.